Okay, today is Monday, March 22nd, and we actually have time to do a blog post and a video. There's no jelly seminar tonight, which we've had for the past 4 Mondays. The 2010 jelly effort is over, and it was pretty much just me and the markets for the most part today. Felt a little bit like I imagine withdrawal symptoms may feel like. But actually traded, well, I'm not pleased with my trading today. I was, this may sound really odd, but I was 9 for 10 and not happy at all because I left a little bit too much money on the table. Good reads, good consistency. Got to get that sizes up to block size. All things considered, first day back at it, a little bit of a different environment. I'm okay with 9 out of 10. But again, a little bit too much money left on, especially on the 5-minute bull cup just after 10:15 where all the shorts were trapped. And that next leg was up. So anyway, work at the intensity a little bit tomorrow. Enough about my trading. I want to talk about a couple of things, especially to the extent that, again, traffic is ramping up, I've noticed. And I want to reset the blog here a little bit, kind of give some folks some history on this. I'm looking through my notes of things I wanted to cover. I want to talk, too, about the post over the weekend. You know, and I think maybe I can cover both of these with one swoop here. Those of you that are new to this site, first of all, welcome. This is a combination of my diary and motivation and frankly a lot about life. And I tend to talk about life, and I tend to talk a lot about my life and my family's life at times because I just see that there are so many parallels to trading. This remains a trading journal. But it's just amazing to me that there are so many lessons I think that we learn in life that we can apply directly to trading, and it can make us better traders, and it can maybe help us to see you know, challenges or problems that we have in trading more clearly because we're looking at it through a different lens. And I've said that many times in terms of my poker playing, where I can see my trading weaknesses in a different mindset, and I can see it in such a way where if I correct it over here, it gets corrected over here, and so I talk a lot about life, and certainly the last few posts in terms of overcoming and persevering with a personal experience I've had with my daughter. Just a quick hi and thank you to Larry Connors. Larry, as many of you may know, co-wrote Street Smarts with Linda Ratchke years ago. He is CEO of Trading Markets, and I've done quite a bit of work with him in the past years. And this goes to show you the type of people that are in this industry. The minute that Larry, years ago, it was probably about now, 7 or 8 years ago, found out that Chelsea had diabetes, within a week I saw this gigantic stuffed dog show up at my doorstep, and that will always find a warm place in my heart, and we exchanged a couple of brief notes today. So Larry, I will never forget that day. In fact, I was thumbing through some old pictures of that, and when she was just so skinny and the dog was just overpowering her, and to see what's happened since then. So again, just a quick hi and a quick thank you. I enjoyed working together in those years. But again, for those of you new to this blog, you're not going to see a whole lot of chart patterns and chart setups and all that kind of thing. And most of the feedback that I've gotten seems to indicate that they don't want that anyway. We've really tried to bifurcate and separate the motivational aspects and the diary aspects of this from formal teaching. You know, certainly what we do here is we talk a lot about life. We talk a lot about things that again, hopefully can help us become stronger as traders. I've noticed the traffic on the site here again over the weekend is ramped up again. A few new sites linking in, and again, hopefully that's helpful. The DonMillerEducation.com site has all the formal training. You know, whether it's the recorded webinars with the jellies, or whether it's a live effort when we do that from time to time. And again, we may add some more things there, but in the meantime, you know, this is pretty much the ongoing soapbox, if you will. I'll talk a little bit about my own trading. As I mentioned last couple of posts, really, I'm not talking about my trading a whole lot because I usually like talking about it more when it's not going well. There are a few things that I've got to work on, as I just mentioned, in terms of intensity. But other than that, you'll probably hear me talking more about it when it's not going particularly well. What else? Just a quick comment. The donation to the American Diabetes Association, which reflects the proceeds from the webinars. If you remember, we started with a 15% donation to jumpstart it last year, which was the third quarter of 2009, and since then we've been giving 5% of any of the Jelly webinars. We're now up to $15,713. That's 15713. That's gone to the American Diabetes Association. I'm about ready to cut them a check for the first quarter of 2010. So again, thank you to all of you who have hopefully been involved in what's been a win-win. What else I want to talk about? I had on my list of things to accomplish in 2010. If you go back a few months, that I wanted to go on a spiritual retreat. And actually, those plans are in the works right now, and it looks like that's going to be in late April. So I'm telling you that for a couple of reasons. I can't find my notes here, but one of the reasons is that there will be a weekend, I think, late in April, where I will not have access to the internet. In fact, I can't even bring a watch. Never mind my Sony Vaio. So tentatively, and we're firming plans up for this, this is going to be during the weekend, actually Thursday night, April 22nd through Sunday, April 25th, where I will be without laptop, without access to the internet, without access to a phone, or access to a watch. So I will firm that up and let you know if that remains the case as we get closer to that. Talk about withdrawal symptoms. That is going to be something. Okay, what else? I want to talk a little bit too about the idea of replenishing one's account after experiencing drawdowns, and share my take on that. And my take is don't do it. And I know that's easier said than done, and if not impossible, when one is first starting out. I think we all get to points where, or begin this industry, begin this journey, blowing out some small accounts. Hopefully, we've got money elsewhere and we can replenish it. But I guess what I'm talking about is once you get beyond that point of you've got to set a certain amount of capital aside. You're gonna pay the market some tuition. Once you get past that, if you start experiencing a drawdown, it's my firm opinion and belief that one should never add to one's trading account. And I'll just use my own examples over time where I'll have, once or twice a year, I'll have those large hits. And if you recall, I had a fairly modest one in January. But the idea is to continue to trade and get that back through trading. Because that does several things. Number one, it helps build confidence and conviction and consistency as you're doing that. And secondly, it gets you out of a vicious cycle that really could involve you continuing to blow out and add back and situations where all of your gains are your smallest wins and your losses your largest losses. Do what you can to just build that up. As I've said before, I believe that the trading income or losses do one thing: they buy or sell time. So all you're doing is you're working through that time puzzle. In doing so, and I believe that's pretty important. Not to mention the confidence issue. Spent some great stuff on ESPN lately about Antoine Walker. If you recall, Walker was a star of the Celtics a few years ago, and a big college star. I think it was at Kentucky. Anyway, he's made hundreds of millions of dollars in his business, and he's lost it all because of poor investments and because of gambling and doing some of the things that we're talking about here in terms of things we should avoid. So last thing we ever want to do is start a spiral that goes down. So just a suggestion, a comment in terms of that. I probably had a couple of other things I want to chat about, but we'll probably cover that over the course of the week. Again, a reminder, the Money Show interview webinars, I've got a link now in the left-hand column, lower left, the key post, if you want to check those out from time to time. And that's pretty much where I'm at. So a quick post from Monday night. Have a great evening and trading day tomorrow. A little bit of a MATD. And we'll be back at you on Tuesday. Take care.